All right. I keep being driven to write, but I don't know what to say. Am I a conversation in search for a partner? I don't know. I really don't. Sure, it would be nice if there were lots of people I felt comfortable to converse with. That would be grand. Hey, that's more likely got to await the full or fuller coming of the new age that's dawning here, though. Once we all awaken, communication will be quite another thing than it is now. Today, we seldom really communicate, what I would call communicate. Oh, sure, we talk. We make noises with our mouths, and we write down little squiggles that we know how to make sounds to go with. But what is all of that ultimately, huh? Does it really communicate? I'd say no. Very seldom does that happen. Instead, we just bounce ideas around. Often enough, we feel that we understand someone or something that's being said, but that is hugely just a mental understanding, and I don't call that communication. Oh, sure, it's useful, I'll give it that, and we all need it. I'm not denigrating the usefulness, even the necessity of being able to do this. I'm just feeling so alone in the midst of it. All this endless yakety yakking running around everywhere, the internet brimming over with it, and seldom a real conversation to be had. Do you ever feel this way? Do you know what I'm talking about? I bet you do. I guess it's the whole finger pointing at the moon thing all over again. We can indicate things we mean, but seldom really connect with anyone. It's a strange world, a strange life, but hey, we can tell by what's been written in history that this is nothing new, certainly. Maybe this is the spot that all great poetry comes from, arises out of. This inner yearning to just connect, to really be heard. Rumi is one of the greatest voices for what I'm talking about, and I'm sure there are many others. I'm being driven, actually driven in these days, though, to speak for myself. No longer does it do any good to find my words in the mouth of another. I don't know why. Once that was enough. Very satisfying even. It's still nice, but it's as if there's something deeper to be said, and it must be found only within. Not just me, but within each of us. We are looking for our own true voice, our authentic swing, so to speak. And it's crazy in a way, too, for words can never contain truth. It's just not possible. And yet the streams of words just keep flowing. Go figure is about all I can say to that. It is what it is, and fool or not, I follow where and as heart leads. It's really nuts, though, to feel this very strong pull to speak something and not even know, really not know, what it is that wants to be said. You've got to be willing to go a little bit crazy, I guess, to walk this path or whatever it is that I'm on. Letting go of mind is just the beginning of it, from what I see. It may seem like an end to many, and in a way it is, this letting go of mind, of our reliance and our trust in that. My gosh, it's the only way we knew to live. It's how we've been taught. So yes, it's a sort of death to walk away from that. Still, if you're heart-driven like this, you just can't help yourself. You go where you're danced, and there's no way of getting away from it. It will wake you in the night and send you to keyboard or journal of whatever kind. This is life-changing, gut-twisting stuff at times. The not knowing, that's just a part of that. It's so much more. Overall, though, I've only got high praises for leaving all knowing to the side. It's a lesser way of knowing things, to know with the mind. There's an inner knowing that is so far superior as the sun to the moon. They just don't compare, and once you've tasted both, you're a convert to the heart way for sure, if you've got the courage for it. It's no sissy's way. See, I don't even know what I'm saying here, or why, or where this is going, or anything. One has to come into such a relationship of trust with the inner being, with higher self, and with heart. This is all I trust in this life anymore. Nothing outside of this has even a chance of being trusted. If it gets trusted, it's only because heart has told me it's trustworthy. Nothing gets past the gate of my heart otherwise. All must pass through there, or there's no getting close to me. That's just how it is. And heck, I don't even know me. What is this me thing anyway? How do I cut these strings? Honestly, though, it's changing so much I can hardly keep up with it. What it is now, where it goes now. One day I say something that really means something deep to me, like sharing about my most special prayers. The next day I wake up and those prayers somehow died in the night, went up in a bonfire or something. Do you see? These are no small things that are being changed over either. They are getting at the very foundations of my being. I am content with that. I am ready for change. So many of us are. But we are so thoroughly fed up with what life has turned out to be on our beautiful, beleaguered planet, the dear Mother Earth. Both we and she are under such burden with things that have just got to change, that we feel likely to burst if things don't morph, and quickly at that. Pardon the kitty's argument in the background. What's next? I don't know. I just know I am open to absolutely anything. I took a time out to scold the kitties, and that didn't work, so I have my handy water squirt bottle. That usually works. Okay, what is next? I don't know. I just know I am open to absolutely anything. I place no limits upon anything. Atoms are empty, so everything that seems to be real is not. Our little tiny slice called the visible spectrum of light is ridiculously narrow. I just know there will be so many more colors on the higher dimensions, and I can hardly wait to see and enjoy them. This is one thing that Alex Collier has seen, and he shares with us how there's no way for him to tell us about these colors, since there's simply nothing in 3D to compare them with. Well, that makes sense to me. Multi-hued rainbow, come on down. I haven't been keeping up with the astrology. Jeff Jower and Rick Levine do a very nice presentation monthly on the overall skies, what's transiting where, aspecting what, and so on. I'll give you a link. Then, if you have your own chart or even your transits there with you, it helps to see your personal stuff sync up with the overall action. Sometimes this can really help make some sense of things. As if, for instance, transiting Pluto, the slowest thing out there, is smack dab on top of my natal sun. Isn't that grand? Yeah. Maybe we're really just kidding ourselves to think we understand anything from this, or from anything at all. I'm open to that too. The more I get into this, the more I realize that words obfuscate more than anything. clarity they seldom deliver. And when they do, it's most often the mental kind, which is so non-satisfying once you've had a few meals served up by heart. What can I say, my friends? I guess you just get to listen to a bit of a rant this time. As always, it's my hope that there's something here that will be useful. There's such an intensity in me right now. I almost feel plugged into a socket or something. It's not the most comfortable thing. But there's time enough for comfort once we get ourselves put together. Or on the other side, get all the strings cut. Oh well, let's get this thing done. Okay, and I'll put a PS at the end. This was written before I discovered what I did that makes me question Alex Collier. That was what was on the 6th, and that's what this is, a journal of the 6th. So, good day.